Bart Starr is 34 years old. Bart Starr is in as good a physical condition as any man his age that I know of, and probably the best physical condition of any 34-year-old man that I know. That's very difficult. Bart Starr, when his legs go, and they could go in 1 year, he could last another 4 or 5 years. It's only time is going to tell. Physically, mentally, there's nothing he could play for the next 10 years. What happens to his legs when he loses just that fraction of quickness that he has to have? That's the answer, and only time is going to tell that. Bart Starr is by far the most dedicated. He was all-around foot. Bart Starr, without Bart Starr, Vince Lombardi would be very, very little, believe me. Bart Starr made a great contribution to Vince Lombardi and to the Green Bay Packers.
Hello everyone, I'm Howard Gage, and I'm part of a small group that is working on getting Bart Starr here to Janesville on October 15th to dedicate a plaque to him commemorating the fact that he threw his first touchdown pass as a Green Bay Packer at Monterey Stadium back in 1956. Working with me on the committee, I have Tom Presney, who's the Parks Director here in Janesville, and Carla Kruger, who is owner and operator of Kruger Graphics. The reason I'm involved in this is because I probably am one of just a few people that may have been at two events that involved the Green Bay Packers here in Janesville. The first was the one that took place on August 4th, 1956. It was an inter-squad game played here in Janesville, and in that game between the Green Bay Packers goal squad and green squad, Bart Starr came in for the goal squad in the fourth quarter, and on the last play of the game threw a touchdown pass that won the game for them. I was there that night. I don't remember the details of that, but I do remember seeing the game. The other event happened in 1969 in February 26, when Coach Vince Lombardi came to Janesville. It was his last day as a Green Bay Packer, and his next day he was going to be a Washington Redskin. But he spoke here at what is now JPAC, was Marshall Middle School at the time, Marshall Junior High School actually. And I was at that event also. But what we decided to do was to commemorate both events here in Janesville, since they are so significant. So Tom and I have been talking about this on and off, I think, for a couple of years. And so Tom, tell me what your dream was of having this all happen.
Sure. Well, taking it from just a personal level to a community level, how would we share that message? And we got talking about creating a bronze plaque that would provide lasting history to the community of both of these events. And we've been involved in a couple of those projects together over the years. And so the dream started small, and as we brought more people on board, we realized the potential. And I think what we have now for the community are two very exciting plaques that provide acknowledgement of both of those historic events, Packer related, but occurring here in Janesville.
Interestingly enough, the first one that's going to happen, of course, is Bart Starr coming on October 15th. But back in February, when we really got serious about this, I called somebody who knew Bart personally. And I said, how do we get a hold of Bart, and what's the procedure? And he said, call him. And we did. And so we've had 4 or 5 conversations on the phone with Bart, and he's been very agreeable to what we're doing here and helping us out. And back in, I think it was June, we needed to start looking at graphics information, print materials and everything. So out of the blue, I called Carla Kruger of Kruger Graphics, and not really knowing her background and her interest in Green Bay Packers, I asked her if she'd get on board and help us out, and wow. Carla has been the instrumental force in raising the money we needed. We haven't raised everything we need yet, but she's been getting us to the point where we can get Bart here, get the plaques here, and go from there.